Cheers, guys. Thanks for the lift. Yeah, Airwolf just gave me a lift to work. Don't ask me why, and don't ask me how I know them. But you can ask me these questions. This is Perfect Harvest MLP Studios. From Snups.
That modelling bloke asks, what is your least favourite car of all time?
Well, that modelling bloke, there are a lot of cars that I do like and not many I don't. I'm just trying to have a think about which ones I don't like. Oh God. The G-Wiz. This is an awful car. It's effectively one of those little Outtakes cars that you would have probably had as a kid. And they've just added an engine to it and not changed anything else about the aesthetics. It's just... I mean, this particular one, this is the only one I've ever seen, thank God. And it was at the Haynes Motor Museum in Somerset. And just think, somebody owned this car before it was in the museum. And, I mean, the colours are awful. It's just awful. I mean, what... I could have said that I hated the Sinclair C5, but that's still... It looks funny. But this just... I'm sorry, I can't talk about it anymore. I'm going to be sick.
At Blossomforth asks, what is your least favourite MLP toy you own?
Well, Blossomforth, I'm going to be quite controversial here because I love all my MLP toys, and I find it very difficult to pick a favourite and a least favourite. And I say all my MLP toys, and that's whether they're genuine or fake. But the reason why I'm going to be controversial here is because my least favourite MLP toy, and I'm pretty sure of this, is definitely not a genuine product. She's a fake. I'll just bring her on here. So this is clearly a G3 fakie, and made by a company called Bowley, and she's just called Pony. So that's nice, isn't it? And I bought her at the Entertainer when I was at university about 3 years ago. And I bought her just because I thought, oh wow, a G3 fakie, this will be a laugh. And then ever since, I've just kind of had a love-hate relationship with her. I mean, first of all, she's quite a bad fakie. I mean, the hair on her it's not really bad for a fakie, actually. It's one of the best I've ever seen. But then, you know, when you can literally squish her head, it's just, in that respect, she's kind of a bit like a dog toy. And so yeah, there's that. But also, the main reason why I've just had this love-hate relationship with her is I just think, why did I buy her again? So yeah, unfortunately, she is my least favourite MLP toy.
Martez Berry asks, are you going to do anything, or did you do anything for Memorial American Flag Day?
Right, pardon my ignorance, but I'm not sure what Memorial Day is, so I'm just going to go away for a few minutes and look it up, and I'll get back to you. Right, okay, that's why I'd never heard of it. Okay, so apologies, Martez Berry, but yeah, I'd never heard of Memorial Day until I just looked it up now. So yeah, the reason why I probably never heard of it is because I live in the UK. From what I've researched on the internet, Memorial Day is the American equivalent of the British Remembrance Sunday, which we have in November. November the 11th is usually held around. So yeah, but I do usually observe Remembrance Sunday, where everybody wears a poppy to commemorate the day in the First World War when everybody sort of poked their heads up into no man's land and saw the poppies in Flanders fields. And so yeah, I won't be celebrating Memorial Day on the 31st of May, but I will be celebrating or commemorating rather Remembrance Sunday when it happens in November.
Peter Chris asks, do you play games like Undertale / computer games on the PS1/2/3/4/5?
Well, Chris, I'm not a big gamer, to be honest. I've obviously heard of Undertale and all the different PlayStation platforms and all their respective games and whatnot. But I guess I'm sort of more of a casual gamer than a proper video or computer gamer. But even then, I don't play stuff like Angry Birds, or Candy Crush very often. So yeah, sorry about that.
Mustafa Mert Phil asks, what is your favourite PC games from childhood time?
Well, Mustafa, they were quite niche games that I used to play on the computer when I was little. I remember when I was very young, I used to have a Crayola colouring game that I used to really like. But some of my favourites were, I had 2 PC games that I used to play that were made by Tonka, obviously Tonka trucks. So there was one that was construction and one that was rescue, and I used to really, really like those. And the other one that I used to really, really love was Lego Loco, where you could make your own Lego train layouts. And this is how old this is. They were all on CD-ROM. So yeah, and I think I actually got some of them free off the side of cereal boxes.
Midnight Moon asks, Purple Heart Twinkling Stars. Have you answered this? What is your favourite MLP princess? Twinkling Stars, Purple Heart.
Well, Midnight Moon, there's only really one answer for this, and that is Snow Globes, Sunbutt, or as she's otherwise known, Princess Celestia. Yeah, I absolutely love Celestia. I think she's absolutely gorgeous, and whilst she is clearly this mythical astral goddess who acts as the matriarch of all Equestria and filled with divine wisdom and knowledge, she's also incredibly ditzy and gorges herself on pancakes for breakfast every morning. So yeah, Celestia is my favourite princess.
Railfan92214 Connects asks, which is worse, the AMC Pacer car or Class 142 Pacer train?
Oh god, you've done it now. So basically, yeah, for comparison, this is an AMC Pacer, and then this is a British Rail Class 142. I've not got much knowledge about the AMC Pacer, but I have ridden on a Class 142, nicknamed the Nodding Donkey. These are actually made out of old buses, and they have 4 wheels, and they're nicknamed Nodding Donkeys because as they go over the breaks in the tracks, they sort of rock back and forth. I know they're outdated and I think they're being scrapped pretty soon, but they're an experience, and because I don't have any knowledge about AMC Pacers, I'm going to have to say that AMC Pacers are the worst of the 2.
Fluttercolour MLP asks, do you like Twilycorn? I kind of do, and the majority of the Twilight toys I own are alicorns.
Well, Fluttercolour MLP, I don't know how many Twilight Sparkle toys I have in total, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, because she's the main character, it's going to be quite a lot. Out of all the toys that I own of her, these 4 guys are the only ones that are of her in unicorn form. And whilst I do love all these 4 toys, particularly Wave 1 blind bag figure Twilight, and also brushable unicorn figure Twilight, who was one of my best charity shop finds ever, I do actually prefer the character Twilight as an alicorn. As an alicorn and as the Princess of Friendship, she's just that little bit more relatable and a little bit more sort of patient, I think is the word, because in my experience from watching the show, as a unicorn, Twilight, I know she was still learning about how friendship can improve your life, but she just came across as a bit snooty and a little bit of a brat. Whereas as an alicorn, she's learned about friendship, and she's helping teach other ponies about it. So yeah. Whilst in toy form, I don't mind what form she takes. As the character in the show, I much prefer her as an alicorn.
Diamondback X asks, what in your opinion do you think is better, Marvel or DC?
Well, Diamondback X, I can safely say that I much prefer Marvel to DC. Even though I really do like Batman the Animated Series, Marvel films in general are just a lot more exciting. There's a lot more action, and the footage is a lot lighter. I've generally heard and seen a bit of DC films, and they're very dark, not only in the undertones but also in the actual way they shoot the footage. Marvel is very, very sort of free-flowing, and it's quite easy to follow. So yeah, I prefer Marvel to DC.
Lexi the Lioness asks, opinions on G5?
Well, Lexi, I've seen the leaked animations that Hasbro has put out and that people have been posting all over the social media, and I really like the look of it. I'm not sure what it's going to be like. I mean, none of us are. That's a stupid thing to say, really, isn't it? But yeah, it looks really good, and the characters look alright. But I think the thing that we can all agree on about G5, even before we've seen any more of it or know what it's going to be like, is that Izzy Moonbow is already new best pony.
Flutters asks, what do you think is better, the ponies or the Equestria girls?
Well, Flutters, I'm just trying to think. I mean, I love both My Little Pony Friendship is Magic and Equestria Girls. And I know that Equestria Girls might be a little bit more relatable because it's set in the current year, and there's mod comms, they have cars, they have mobile phones and computers and everything. But I think I might actually prefer My Little Pony to Equestria Girls a little bit more, because when they have all these fantasy elements like magic auras and sort of mystical arcane spells coming into it, it seems more plausible when it's in Equestria as opposed to this world. Like, I've always thought to myself, in the Equestria Girls films, say for example in the very first one, when Sunset Shimmer becomes the she-demon, magic aura sort of fills the school. Why didn't anybody in the local area sense that something dangerous was going on and call the police or the armed forces? I mean, we've only ever seen one policeman in the entire Equestria Girls series, and he was a traffic cop. So yeah, it just seems a little bit implausible. I know you can overanalyze these things, and you know, it's just a cartoon. So that's why I prefer My Little Pony to Equestria Girls. Just not too much more, but only a tiny bit more.
From Instagram,
Fluttercolour MLP asks, what's your favourite pony that you have a toy of?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably going to take ages if I show them all on camera like I have in the past. I'm not going to do that, just to spare your time and mine. I'm just thinking, well, I love all the main six, particularly Applejack, Pinkie Pie, and also just love Starlight and Trixie, Celestia, Luna, Chrysalis, Tempest Shadow, Daring Do. They're my favourite ponies that I have toys of, and most of them are either blind bag figures in various shapes and sizes, or brushable figures, or Guardians of Harmony.
And finally, Blossomforth asks, what's your least favourite car you own?
Wait, I've calmed down now, I think. So yeah, before I do this, for any model cars out there watching, I just want to say I don't mean to offend anybody, and I don't want to offend any of my own collection by saying this, but this is what I'm going to say. This is unfortunately my least favourite car. So this was in this box that came to my house. I didn't choose to have this, but it's kind of grown on me a little bit. But I mean, the proportions are all wrong. I mean, how are you going to get into that? And yeah, it's just one of these crappy sort of made in China jobs, and it feels, as you can see, it almost caved in then when I pressed it in. I mean, it rolls all right, so that's a bonus. And it also says construction on the roof. So one, nobody's going to be able to know what it is unless they are actually taller than the van itself. And two, since when have construction workers had buses? You know, if you've got a friend or family member who works on a building site, next time you see them, ask them, hey, how many buses do you have on your building site? But yeah, I think this one is my least favourite model car that I own. I'm sorry, mate. Into the drawer of purgatory with you, or the deep fiery pit of cords, or whatever it is that I have. I don't have something like that. So that's this month's Q&A from Snups and Instagram. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I've enjoyed answering your questions, and I will see you in the next video, whenever that will be. Cheers for watching, guys. Stay safe. I've no idea, but I'm gonna go out on a punt and say that it's a lot. But sorry about that, everybody. I just had a frog in my throat. Not literally, of course. Well, Fluttercolour MLP. Oh, God. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I've literally just had my dinner. Oh, that's going in the outtakes, isn't it? Twilight as an alicorn, because I think she's just... Oops. Sorry, love. I hope that didn't give you percussion or whatever it is. Concussion. I know I mispronounced that deliberately. Well, Diamondback X. This is cool. Really annoying, because only until recently I was able to film a video on my iPad pretty confidently, and I remember I was looking back on a video a couple of months ago that I was trying to edit, and I kept thinking to myself, why the hell is it going slow? And then I looked at the thing and I thought, what? It's got flipping slow-mo setting now? What's the point of that? I mean, technology, I hate it. Oh, God. Anyway, we're back on track now, hopefully. So hopefully you should be seeing this in the outtake section, because it's certainly not going in the... Well, Lexi, come on, brain, get into gear. Come on. Think of something. Sorry, I've had a brain fart. Oh, God. I had no idea what I was going to say, and I just went straight into it, head first. And, yeah, I'm going to start again. Well, Lexi, hang on. It bloody happened again, didn't it? Flipping hell. I think I'm just pressing the start button as a reflex and just doing that even before I think about anything to say. God. Right, I'm going to do it again, and this time I'm definitely going to think of something before I press start. Right, cut. Oh, flutters. I'm just... I hope he's not going to get me a copyright strike. Oh yeah, that's my dad upstairs. Listening to George Michael this time. Yeah, I like George Michael's music. I love it. It's just, again, a little bit annoying when you're trying to film. But, yeah. Anyway, I'll persevere. I know Equestria Girls is kind of a little bit more relatable. Don't give up the day job. So, that's this month's... So, that's this month's... or Brushable Figures or Guardians of Harmony. It's not cutting. Why isn't it cutting?